my gosh, the wind is blowing, the hair is blowing, the leaves are blowing. It's fall. Y'all see the season in the back. Like the camera's a little woozy. We hear those. As long as you can hear me. What's up, you guys? It's Brianna. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm a Chicago-based flight attendant for a major U.S. airline, and I make videos surrounding beauty, travel, lifestyle. So if any of those topics interest you, be sure to consider subscribing. For today's video, and I know this one is long awaited, I probably should have dropped this one as soon as I graduated flight attendant training, but I'm here now, boo. I'm here. So I created 10 tips that helped me to survive flight attendant training. This helped me to be more comfortable in the 6.5 weeks that I was there, set me up for success to pass the test and to execute and feel good doing it, and also set me up for the future of this job. So without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. Once again, don't forget to subscribe and like below, leave a comment, talk to your girl, okay? Let's get into the video. Alright, so for tip numero uno, I have to make your hotel room homey. You're going to be here for 6.5 weeks, so you do want to make sure that your hotel room feels like home to you and is a place where you can go and decompress. After each 10 to 12 hour day, you do want to make sure that you can come home to your hotel room and be comfortable. A couple things that I did, you know, and it's just me, but I brought my big comfy plush blanket so that I had, you know, a piece of home there with me. I made sure to bring my diffuser so that I can use my essential oils there daily. That's kind of a way to decompress for me and just add an aroma to the room so that it doesn't smell like hotel room. Okay, I also brought my Christmas tree. We ended up being in training. Our first day was December 5th, so throughout the 6.5 weeks we were going to be there for Christmas and New Year's and all that stuff. So I did want to bring my Christmas tree because this was going to be like the first year I was going to be away from home for Christmas. So I did want to bring my Christmas tree with me so that, you know, I still can celebrate in a way. Also, make sure to ask my roommate's permission, if that makes sense, or just make her aware. Ask her, you know, are you allergic to any of these essential oils? Do you celebrate Christmas? Is it okay for my Christmas tree to be here, type thing? But do make them aware, because you are still sharing a room at the end of the day, so you do want to be considerate of their space as well. If we were allowed candles, child, I probably would have brought a candle too if candles were permitted, but I don't know. Y'all check up on it, because a candle would have did it, baby. I went to Bath and Body Works before training and I bought the room sprays. I bought the plugins, so I did have plugins in the room as well. Just anything to make your hotel room feel like home to you would be like, you're gonna be grateful at the end of the day. Like, you're gonna come back to this like, feels like home. Like, I'm comfortable, you know. Tip numero dos, the second tip that I have on here is to save money and pay your bills ahead of time. This was another way that I kind of knocked a stressor off. So I was in training for 6.5 weeks and didn't have to worry about paying my bills. I want to say it's like a month and a half notice time before you have to report to training. So that gave me a month and a half to pick up extra shifts and work at my night job as much as I could so that I can, you know, accumulate and save as much money as possible before going to training. Some airlines offer, you know, meals, so that would be one less thing that we had to worry about. Specifically, they provided, I want to say it was like breakfast and lunch, so the only thing we had to pay for was dinner at night, and we did get a stipend every week, depending on where you're going, baby, depending on where you're going. Some airlines provide food, some airlines don't, some airlines pay, some of them don't. Okay, so you do want to be prepared for anything and everything. Also get that information ahead of time if you can, so that money is there so that you can, you know, pay for your meals while you're there. If you need to re-up on anything as far as supplies, or, you know, just anything that you might need or run out of. If you're going out with your classmates after class or whatever on your off days, those days add up. But yeah, you do want to be able to go out and have fun and not be in your hotel room for 6.5 weeks. Depending on how much money you spend, and you know you, boo, you know you need to save accordingly for 2 months to be able to freely spend. You won't be able to work, so that's why it is nice that some of the airlines offer a stipend. You're not able to bring in income when you're not working, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, go ahead and knock out them bills ahead of time, get your money situated before you come, so that that's just one less thing that you have to worry about. Don't need any extra stresses, okay? We already stressing enough up in there. All right, for tip number 3, this one is important too, okay? And it's kind of like the reason that you're there. So you want to make sure that you bring supplies for studying and taking notes. We're there to study and take notes. I'm sorry. You'll be in a schooling environment pretty much. So there's going to be lots of studying. There's going to be lots of note taking, lots of tests, lots of group sessions. So you do want to make sure that you're prepared, paying attention in class, and bringing the supplies that you need to set yourself up for success. For example, you want to bring your own notebook, of course. You want to have something to be writing in. Pens, highlighters, note cards, post-it notes, whatever things that you feel you need to retain information, okay? You want to be in class actively listening, actively writing and taking notes, however you do so, and that'll be super duper helpful. And that'll be super duper helpful. Super duper. And that'll be super helpful, okay? Like, you're gonna thank yourself later, like literally. And that takes me right into the 4th tip, which is to find a note-taking and study method that works for you, okay? You know how you're able to learn, you know how you're able to retain information, and there's also a fast-paced learning environment. So you want to be able to go to class, learn what you learned, take your notes in a good way so that you can go study those same notes and be able to retain it and be ready for the next day of new information. When I tell you training every single day was a new set of information, a new plane to learn, a new set of standards or procedures to learn about, new equipment. Everything was so fast-paced and back to back. You would literally learn the information one day and tomorrow you got a test on it. And you want to make sure that you're prepared for it. I wish I knew that part, but luckily I did set myself up for success, that I brought the study materials and I already had a note-taking method for me. So a few things that worked for me was color coding. So I did kind of group each section that we learned by color. So first aid, I know, was green. Emergency procedures were red. So I kind of grouped them that way so that when I'm in the test, I can kind of sort the information out, if that makes sense. I also use Quizlet. I would go through Quizlet to type up the flashcards, type up the information into flashcards so that as I'm on the go, when I'm on the bus on the way to the training center, I can go through my flashcards. Or right before the test, I can flip through my flashcards. And I also did a physical set of note cards, which is why it was on my supply list, because you want note cards, okay? You want to be able to learn information on the go. Note cards are very, very useful. So it worked for me. I also use Quizlet. There's also like pre-made Quizlets on there already from people that were in training before you. So keep your eye out, keep a good look and see what's out there, okay? Because there's so many resources. Use your resources. What else worked for me? When I'm studying kind of like classical music, every morning I would get up, take my notebook, put on classical music and make my coffee in the study room, and that would be my morning every single time. So I kind of had a routine there. The classical music is kind of a way to just calm me down. It was kind of so I had background music, but it wasn't sexy red, but it wasn't dead silent, you know? So it's something. It's just so peaceful. I love classical music. I listen to it on a daily, if I'm being honest. Like, don't judge me, judge your mama, okay? But classical music, that's that real, okay? Find what works for you. If sexy reds will help you study though, baby, put her on. She made the girls do what they do, all right? For tip number 5, I'm gonna say it one time and you need to take this to the end of the road with you, but it is TTP. Trust the process. Trust the process. Don't get too ahead of yourself. You have to take things day by day. Literally, it might not make sense, but once you get to the end and finish it up, you're gonna be like, yo, it was perfect. It should have went this way. It shouldn't have went any other way. There are definitely times where you'll get overwhelmed. When you see the list of things that you're going to be going through, that's a lot of stuff to be trying to learn and take tests on in 6.5 weeks. It's a lot of information. It's a lot of different things and tedious and detailed stuff that you need to learn, okay? So it's very easy to get overwhelmed, especially when the days are long and you don't see the light. But you have to remain confident in the reason why you're here. You have to remain confident in your note-taking skills and your study skills, your test-taking skills. You have to remain confident in yourself in order to trust the process, if that makes sense. You have to keep yourself calm, keep yourself level-headed and center-minded, because you got this regardless. Confidence is key and trusting the process is key. It's gonna take you further than you think, okay? You have to remember why you're here, remember why you're doing what you're doing before you think of possibly giving up at any point. And that goes into my next tip. How did you know? The 6th tip is to develop a routine based on your schedule. So you get your schedule at the beginning of training and you kind of see how your days are going to be mapped out. You kind of see your off days ahead of time, that type of thing. So you do want to make sure you plan when you're going to do laundry, plan when you're going to get groceries, that type of thing. You want to plan out your study sessions. You want to plan out when you're going to be going to bed every night, because the days are long, okay? The days are long, the mornings are early, the nights are late. So you want to make sure that you're getting adequate rest so that you can get up and do it again and feel good doing it and not burn yourself out. It's really, really important to use good time management. Sleep when you can and study when you can. In my training, I had the morning classes. Every morning I would get up a little earlier than class time, and I studied before every session or did my homework before every session so that I was kind of in the loop. You never want to get off track, okay? I'm telling you, it's so fast paced. You have to make sure that you're on it, on it, okay? Or you're gonna be lost in the sauce. So when I tell you I had that routine every morning, it really, really helped so that I can get sleep at night, knowing that I was going to study in the morning. After class, I am in the shower, I'm in my pajamas, whether I'm going to make something, whether I'm going to order something. I had extra time to decompress and, you know, do a face mask or meditate or watch a movie, just do nothing. You know, you want to make sure that you're also taking that time to decompress and practice self-care, because it's important, okay? You're spending so much time studying and trying to pass that. You can't forget about yourself. You have to keep yourself in the loop too, so that you can wake up and be ready to take on the day. You can't leave yourself behind. Also, make sure to do a lot of night prep. So at night, I would lay out my clothes for the morning, lay out my study books for the morning, make my snacks or whatever, pack my bag, so that all I had to do was put on my clothes and go. Brush my teeth and go. Put my book back in my bag and go. You gotta look out for your future self. That's so important, to just use your time wisely. Make sure that you plan out those intricate things so that you know what's next. On those nights of training, if I got off at 5, I was doing my routine and stuff by 6, eating by 8 or 9, sleep no later than 10 o'clock. So that time in training also kind of helped me to train my sleep schedule, and I use that same technique to this day when I have early report times and we get in late, or, you know, minimum rest type situations. So I make sure to get my sleep. As long as I'm getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night, you know, I'm a functioning human being. But anything less, girl, you better do something else to help yourself, because you guys to make it through the day regardless, okay? And another thing that helped with that, being able to go to sleep at 10 p.m. on the dot and just flick the lights off and go to sleep, I stayed off of social media. I deleted Instagram and I deleted TikTok for the duration of training. I knew I wasn't going to be posting anyway, so I didn't need to know what was going on in the outside world. I didn't need that distraction of TikTok keeping me up every single night, that type of thing. So I just deleted social media, or stayed off of social media as a whole. You ain't got time to be worrying about what your friend doing on a Friday night, okay? You got class in the morning. I didn't want to post. I didn't want to tell anybody about anything until I graduated, okay? Until it was done. That's one thing that I live by. I'm not going to announce any news until it's set in stone for sure, because you got people preying on your downfall. You got people in your business. Don't think about it. Just delete it. You don't need it. However, I did take pictures. Y'all know I recorded my whole flight attendant training journey. I took pictures every time I could, but at the end is when I posted it. And of course, that leads me into tip number 7, which is self-care is the best care. As I was saying, you have to rebuild after giving yourself all day. I made sure to meditate, made sure to pray every night, keep up with my Bible study. I made sure to watch my favorite movie and eat my favorite snack. Those type of things that don't have anything to do with the reason you're there. It's just a time for you to do nothing, spend time with yourself. You want to reward yourself after a long day of work. That's how I do it. At the end of the day, things are getting done and I'm happy. And this next tip goes off of something that I said previously, but tip number 8 is to always be prepared. As a flight attendant, you have to have these required duty items with you as you're working, every single time you work. They do keep that practice while you're in training. Every single time that you come to class, so that you can keep up that same practice while you're on the line outside working as a real life flight attendant. I have my bag packed the same way every single day, and I kind of want to go through what was in my bag while I was in training, because every single day there was nothing that I didn't have that I needed. Required duty items, if they asked for it, I had it. If I needed lotion, I had it. If I needed, you know, hand sanitizer, pens, pencils, note cards, chapstick, snacks, water bottles, iPad, or your laptop, headphones those type of things, I always had it every single day. So you do want to make sure that you have this list to make sure that you're having every single passport, phone. I had to stop myself because I'm thinking of stuff like this is stuff that you need to have on you every single day to keep up the practice. Your badge, like baby, like this is important stuff. You need this on you every single day. I'm gonna go through my list. I had a water bottle, made sure to wear my watch, have snacks, your required duty items, of course, so that's like your portable charger block, your cords, your phone, your badge, your passport, flashlight. This one's important, and that's a phone stand. Our work phone was what we actually worked off of, and so that you're not bending down or keeping your head bent down the whole class time, I made sure to have a phone stand so that I can kind of have it at my level. Also had like the stylus pen, so that because we're always clicking and searching and looking up things on the phone during class, you want to make sure that you can have it attentive to you and be able to do it comfortably. A phone stand is gonna save your life. Make sure to keep a pencil pouch, of course, to keep my pens, highlighters, pencils, markers, whatever. The notebook itself, of course, that I kept all the paperwork that they were giving to us and took my notes in. Obviously, I brought my iPad because we had computer-based training, so I used my iPad instead of the laptops that they provided. My company these days, I heard they have iPads now or something. Y'all got iPads? Y'all got the new training center and y'all got iPads? Oh, okay. I'm not sure how they're using the iPads, but I'm sure it's for a good reason. I'm sure it's being very, very useful and being very, very helpful to them these days. So I don't know if you'll need your personal iPad, but I brought it. On top of the iPad, I had lotion, once again, hand sanitizer, chapstick, chewing gum, those knick-knack things that I use personally, you know, eye drops, Advil or pain pills if I needed to have them. So I kind of had like my purse stuff mixed in with it. I also used blue light glasses throughout the whole time. Once again, I told y'all we be on these phones, so I kind of needed something to keep me from straining my eyes as heavy and as bad as it would be without them. Keep the headaches, because we're in this fluorescent light. We got these projectors going, we got our phones, we have our iPads in front of us doing computer-based training. The blue light glasses, baby, and I just got them from Amazon, so them did it too. And I look cute while doing it. I look cute and studious. So yeah, with 8 being always be prepared, make sure that you have everything on you that you need at all times. Don't be caught lacking, because they do be random checking. They be checking randomly like, hey, all right, let's see who has their stuff. And I'm like, boop, 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 what you need? You need anything else? Oh, that's it? Oh man, I have more for you, you know? We're almost to the end. And for tip number 9, use your resources. Utilize those things that they are giving you to help you succeed. As I was saying earlier, ask questions, okay? Talk to your instructors and get as much information as you can. Get clarification if you don't understand. If there's more you want to know, I have a question, excuse me. Like, ask questions. Okay, that's why they're there. You know what I'm saying? Use the handouts that are given to you. Use your notes. Use your classmates. Not use your classmates, but like study with your classmates. We're all in this together type thing. Something that one chick might not understand, a dude might have got better, and he can kind of help her understand if the instructor can't. Or outside of class, work with your classmates outside of class, because your instructors aren't there. There were plenty of my classmates that studied with each other. There were roommates that studied with each other. I personally did not. Just just because once again I know how I'm able to retain information. I know how I study, I know what works for me, and studying by myself is what works for me. So if studying with the group works for you, baby, find you a group, find you a clique, and y'all get together after every class and study. Use those handouts that they're giving you and incorporate them into your notes, incorporate them into your study time, because they're giving them to you for a reason. They're not giving you handouts just to give them to you. So be sure to use the handouts that are given to you. Use anything that is given to you and use it to your advantage. Use the free time that they're giving you. If they're giving you free time to do something extra, do it. They're giving you time to study, giving you time to do homework, giving you time to go practice. Use that time to your advantage. It's all going to help you succeed, baby. We're here to succeed. We're here to ball. So we're gonna do anything and everything to do it. Oh, and the last tip, how corny of me, but have fun. Have fun. Training was the most life-changing experience that I could have ever done. Literally, the people that were there, my instructors, just the experience itself could be traumatizing, but like at the end of the day, it was fun. And it's fun when you know what you're doing, when you're not failing your tests, failing your inspections or whatever. It's fun when you set yourself up for success. Prepare yourself, get your sleep so that you can wake up fully rested. It's fun to practice self-care after class. Go out on your off days and spend time with your friends. Don't take it for granted. Take it day by day. Take in every moment that you can, because it's not forever. And I love training. I miss training so much, and I think it was even more fun to have it there for Christmas and New Year's and stuff, because you are spending this extra quality time with these people. You know, these things that we will usually be doing with our parents and our families, we're family now, so we're doing it with each other. We're watching the fireworks together, we're watching a ball drop, we're giving each other gifts, and we're going out to eat. Make this the best experience possible. Enjoy your time there. Be a good person. Do what you gotta do. Study hard. Get your rest. Have fun. Have freaking fun. Like, that's all I can say. Make every day worth it. Make every day count. Show up as your best every single day. When you're having fun, it just takes the pressure off. It makes it not feel like work. So I do have a few bonus tips, and that is to have a vitamin regimen. So the vitamins that I took kept my energy levels high. It kept me balanced mentally. It kept my immune system strong. Ashwagandha is probably the #1 thing that I recommend. I take all of these to this day. Mentally level and stress-free. Vitamin C is what I took also for my immune system. You're around all these people daily. You're touching all this equipment. So vitamin C kept my immune system strong. I took Super B complex, so like a B12 for my energy levels. I took iron as well. When I tell you, I stick to it to this day, and it works for me. You kind of learn what works for you in training. Another thing that worked for me, another little bonus tip or whatever, I bought my shoes before I went to training so that I can wear them in training, break them in, so that by the time I'm working, not on the line, they're already, you know, broken in. I'm gonna put like screenshots of the 2 pair of shoes that I bought, and I still use them to this day. I do have like other shoes now. I've kind of like bought like boots for the winter time, and I bought kind of like a patterned leather version of these so that I can kind of have different styles. And they are both by Clarks. Clarks was kind of the brand that I heard the most about, so I gave in. I bought 2 pair of Clarks, and I wore the heels with my dresses and stuff. I wore the loafers with my pants on the pants days. They both had a good little mix to be broken in, and then by the end of the 6.5 weeks, baby, it's time to go out, and I've already broken the shoes in. They are form and fit to my foot. I know how to walk in them. They're comfortable now. So that's the tip that I have, is to wear the shoes in training that you plan to wear out on the line, so that you can kind of break them in and see how you work and flow in them, you know. Finally, I got these tips out of my brain, and I finally got them out to you all so that you can use them for yourselves. If you're in training, already in training, getting ready for training, graduated training already, good luck to you. Congratulations for this opportunity. Take it, run with it, and do your best. You're gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be so worth it in the end, no matter how stressful it may seem in the process. That wraps up my 10 tips on how to survive flight attendant training. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Also, comment down any tips below that helped you to survive flight attendant training, or anything that you think might be useful or helpful to us all. We would love to know. I can't wait to see you guys in my next video, and I'll see you later. Bye.